Dear church family, I have an important announcement to make about a change in plans for worship at Lanse Free Church that will affect many of us. Simply put, starting this Sunday, July 5th, we need to ask everyone age 2 and older to wear a protective face covering when we are indoors together at any of our worship gatherings. On Wednesday, July 1st, the Pennsylvania Secretary of Health issued an order for everyone in the Commonwealth requiring face coverings to cover the nose and the mouth in any indoor location where members of the public are generally permitted. This is, of course, to slow the spread of COVID-19, which we definitely want to do. The church elders have prayed about this and discussed it. We've consulted with other church and denominational leaders on the meaning of the health department order, and we've come to believe that it is directly applicable to all of us as individuals, and therefore we as a church need to ask everyone to comply with it for all of our indoor worship times. This means that the 9:30 worship time will now have the same expectations and requirements as the 8 o'clock worship time. For as long as this order is in effect, protective face coverings, masks, or face shields will be required for all who can safely wear them ages 2 and up when gathering indoors. During outdoor activities such as prayer meeting under the tent and kids' Bible story hour outside, masks will continue to be optional as long as there is social distancing in place. This will also, of course, apply to the 11 a.m. worship service that we are still planning to start on Sunday, July 12th. Protective face coverings for all indoors ages 2 and up. Now I know that this will be very disappointing for some of you. I've seen and I've felt that a number of you at the 9:30 a.m. service have really appreciated the freedom to choose whether or not to wear the mask. And I'm sorry that this freedom is temporarily going away. I'm frustrated too. I enjoy getting to preach without the mask at the second service. And I know it will be especially hard for the kids among us as well. I understand if some of you choose to stay at home until the order is lifted. We will miss you, but I understand, and I support your decisions. If you haven't yet, I encourage you to try out the Family Fellowship meeting online. No masks on Zoom. I imagine that others of you will be encouraged by this change. A number of you have thanked us for providing precautions like these so that you are safe and feel safe at worship, and it will encourage you that everyone will be practicing them at all worship times. I hope it does help some of you who are ready to make your way back to on-campus worship. Regardless of how we feel about the order, as followers of Jesus Christ, it's important that we submit to the governing authorities as long as what they ask does not require us to disobey our God. And this order does not single us out, but applies to all and is for public health and safety, in which we all have an important part to play. And it's important that we look out for each other. Remember, we wear masks in public to protect others, not just ourselves. I think we should look at wearing these protective face coverings as a way of showing Christian consideration and Christian love for our neighbors. I hope that this plan works for slowing the spread of the virus in Pennsylvania. We would all hate it if our region had to go back to the yellow phase and gatherings went down to 25 people or less once again. I'm glad that we could continue to meet in person for worship, even if we have to wear masks. I hope that many of you make a reservation for worship this Sunday at 8 a.m. or 9:30 a.m. and next Sunday at 8 a.m., 9:30 a.m., or 11 a.m. We will have extra masks at the doors for everyone who doesn't have one of their own. Please keep praying for wisdom for your church leaders. None of us have ever done this before, and it's hard to think through all the angles. Keep praying for the virus to be eradicated, and most of all, pray that the Lord's will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So, let's all suit up, and I hope to see you on Sunday.